Good morning, everybody. Hi there. This is Susan Lust. I'm with the Parkinsons Wellness Project, and we are here Tuesday, May 10th. Our show today is all about our event on May 16th that I hope you will all be joining us. Um, we have today we have three guests who will be at our event. They are Shawn Riley, who is the president of the New York Boulders. And Shawn, are you here? Is Shawn here? I don't think he is
Yes,
here.
he's here.
Oh, where is he? Could you tell her that there's no boxing class? There's no Zoom boxing class today. We
Hi,
have no
Susan.
Zoom
Can you hear
boxing
me?
because we're doing the radio. Anyway, we're happy that you're joining us. So Shawn Riley is with us, the president of the New York Boulders. Jennifer Reid, who's the physical therapist of Ebb and Flow Physical Therapy, and Alex Tresser, who is the founder of PD on the Move and one of our star teachers. We are having an amazing event Monday, May 16th from 3:30 to 6 p.m. at the newly named Boulder Stadium, which is now Clover Stadium. This event is for you. It's for you. We're bringing awareness to our community at large, to let people know that this disease is beyond, how would I say, it needs a lot of attention, a lot of help, and a lot of loving care from a lot of people. And our event will be about the team approach to living well with Parkinson's. And it is a team approach because there are so many aspects to this disease. Although the negative side is that there's no cure right now, but there's a lot that you can do about it. And we are always very hopeful. So we have the pros with us today. Shawn, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Susan. Can you hear me?
Is Shawn Riley here?
I am. I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, good.
Oh,
So Shawn, oh, there you are. You're driving in the
I'm in
car.
my car.
I know that you are super busy because you have opening day. You have a big event tonight. I think your team is playing with the fire department, right?
That's
And
correct.
yeah, and the opening day is I think on Thursday. So we are so grateful that you're here with us and you have time to talk to us. But what I what I want you to talk about is when you came to our event in October at our Tulip Fest, you came over to me and you said you were so happy that we were doing something at the stadium. Will you just talk to me about that a little bit and tell us how you feel about the Parkinson's Wellness Project being present there with our Garden of Hope?
Well, I love it for a bunch of different reasons, some personal, some professional. On a personal level, my father had Lewy body dementia, and in his later years, so I dealt with the caring for him and taking care of him and seeing how he degraded over time and what a terrible disease it is. And so it's still near and dear to my heart. He's been gone now 10 years, but you don't forget the effect it has on him and his family members. So when I was made aware that you were coming to the ballpark to do the event and to do the tulip garden, I was really thrilled because I just think it's a great cause and I want to get behind it. But also, it's really a beautiful garden. I mean, the tulips are magnificent, and we have a beautiful ballpark. But one thing we don't have a lot of, Susan, is color and landscaping. And these tulips are right at the front entrance, and they're absolutely magnificent.
Thank you. You know, I went to your office and I talked to a lot of the people in the office. They told me that everybody's coming over to take photographs.
They are because they're right at the front entrance, and
Right.
it's a great location. So all the 150,000 Boulders fans that come to the games this summer will see this beautiful garden and the
Well,
nice walkway.
Well, the one thing about the tulip is that it's great for a couple of weeks in
Yes.
April. We needed a flower that's going to bloom for May, June, July, August. So our hope and our dream is to expand the garden and to really make it a place where people want to come and visit from across the country and the county. So this is just the beginning for us, and we hope that you'll partner with us in
Oh, for
building that
sure. I love
garden.
it. I
Yeah.
love it because the response from people, I mean, I see every day. I leave the ballpark at 7:30, 8 o'clock. Every day there are people there taking pictures.
That's great. It happened to have been an amazing tulip season because it was chilly. because it was chilly, and we had a burst of color. So now our theme for the event on Monday is, because I met you and you were so open to working with us, is the team approach to living well with Parkinson's. There's a lot of interdisciplinary aspects to this disease. So I just want you to talk for a minute on your team approach. What sticks out? What stands out that makes your team great?
Well, it's interesting you say that because we have a bunch of new employees this year, like many businesses throughout the country, and we had an orientation meeting, and I was explaining to my staff that you're only as good as every employee makes you as good as a team. So I had the team, they're the players, but I also had my cleaners and my ushers, and I explained that everyone's vitally important for the concept of team. For the Boulders to be successful on the field, we need to be successful off the field in the front office. So I explained the team concept that we can't win divided. We can only win as a team. And it's really, I mean, a baseball stadium's a great metaphor for that because people see the players on the field, and you have the team concept, of course, on the field, but then you have the whole organizational operation behind the scenes. So everyone needs to be on the same page,
Right.
and every employee is equally important as players on the field. So
That's
it's
fantastic.
interesting you say that, Susan, because I just harped on everybody, like, no matter what your job is, if you're working in the team store, you're taking tickets, parking attendants, everybody is equally important.
But Sean, you know what? You need a good leader there to inspire that, and it seems like that's what you are. So, um, your
Well, I
energy and your
try. Thank
positive
you. I try.
energy comes across.
I appreciate that. I try like anybody else, but it's just sometimes it's like herding cats when you have new employees. You're teaching them on the fly, but at the
Right,
end of the day, when the season starts on Thursday, the curtain goes up, but it'll look great.
right, right. All that nervous energy. We'll walk out on stage,
Hmm.
and we're all warriors. I want to introduce Alex Tresser. Sean, I know you're very busy. I don't know if you want to stick around with us or you want to get going. That's up to you. So
If you're okay, I'll jump.
I'm looking forward to seeing you on Monday, May 16th. And you're opening the whole panel discussion. We have an amazing roundtable discussion with the medical director of Mount Sinai West, Dr. Shahed, the movement disorder neurologist from Weill Cornell, Dr. Sarva. We have Dr. Roger Rossi from Hackensack, and Alex Tresser is going to join us on the panel from PD on the Move. And Shawn, you are opening the whole roundtable discussion with this whole team approach. So thank you so much for being together with us.
I'm honored to be there. I feel like I don't belong in the panel with those experts, but I'm honored to be there, and I'm honored that the Boulders can participate and partner with you on this.
Thank you. I hope some team members are going to be there to
They will.
autograph.
They
Okay?
will.
And your mascot too. All right.
Absolutely.
All right. Take
Bye.
care. Bye bye. All right. Alex Tresser, good friend, the best teacher in the whole wide world, with a sense of humor. Um, Alex is going to be uh, at the event on May 16th. And one of the things that I really want him to talk about, because it's not spoken enough, is about nutrition. So I want to introduce Alex today, and I not only is he an amazing dancer, uh, a, uh, a ballet trained, jazz performance on Broadway, and a wonderful husband and father of a little gorgeous 2 year old who is now a teacher in training. He also has a great website with some nutrition concepts on his website. And I want him to share that with us. I think I'd love you to start, Alex, with telling us about your root vegetable story.
Well, it was quite simple because I have Parkinson's. I live sort of the life of constant discovery. What can I do? What are the things I cannot do? And a lot of it has to do with diet. Of course, it's important that you exercise, you watch your stress levels, but diet seems to be the most important aspect of dealing with Parkinson's. And when I was just starting out, I knew very little. There wasn't that much information on nutrition and Parkinson's as they're sort of very much connected. Like our gut apparently is the second brain that we have. I had no idea that was even
Right,
possible.
right.
So I paid attention. Um, I didn't try to cure Parkinson's because it's silly. People with Parkinson's are rarely doctors or nutritionists. Maybe there are some out there. I haven't met too many. But we who are on the front lines of Parkinson's, who have to deal with it every day, we can do quite a bit of discovery on our own. And in my case, I try to pass it along to people that always ask me, "How are you doing? You look really well. You don't seem to have many problems or any symptoms." This is, of course, not true because those people don't see me for 24 hours, just like our doctors
Mm-hmm.
would be taxed to oblivion if they had to spend hours and hours trying to help us. So we have to
Uh-huh.
help ourselves. And the diet is a paramount and the most important aspect of dealing with this disease. And so I put it on our website, just simple ideas. I would just tell people how I feel. So one of the videos I made had to do with root vegetables because I was having so much trouble driving and standing still. My memory was going because as a ballet master or a teacher, you have to memorize a lot of stuff. And all of a
Right.
sudden, I'm like already having onset of dementia. I mean, I was completely clueless.
Whoa. How many
And
years
then
ago was this?
about 7 or 8 years ago.
Right, because
And
you've been
then
living well for what? How many years have you had
since
Parkinson's?
2007, I've had
Yeah.
it. When it was definitively diagnosed, I probably had it for a while longer than that. But in
Hmm.
any event, now I can actually control how I feel and how I manage the medications, how I manage the symptoms on and off periods. And it seems to be working. And of course, one of those videos I made just telling people that root vegetables seem to have a great effect on our condition.
Hmm.
And I didn't
Hmm.
realize the impact that it may have on people. They were like, "What? I can
Hmm.
have a beet salad and I feel fantastic?
Hmm.
Never mind that I hate beets, I'll eat them."
But you're Russian. Where's all?
No, no,
Didn't you
no.
grow up on borscht?
Talking about everybody else because in this country, people look at beets as something evil. It's like a tomato used to be because it's red. It's probably poison. Uh, and this is a
Right.
purple root, which literally works like a rake in your abdominal system,
Yeah.
in your digestive tract. All of a sudden, you feel
Right.
light, you feel energetic. It's like, oh my God, I
Yeah.
better go running.
Yeah.
No, you just
Yeah.
had a beet
Yeah.
salad, enjoy it, and move on.
You know, the other thing that's very interesting about you is that you're aware of all this. And you grew up as a dancer having that awareness of how you feel, what food does to you, and you're gonna have to move, So a lot of people don't have that awareness. So how do we build that awareness?
Well, first of all, we have to come from a position of just utter horror and fear. Once the doctor tells you you have the disease, then they're going to hit you with another thing that there is no cure. If those two things don't scare you to make some kind of changes in your lifestyle, nothing will. Nothing
Right.
will help. So you
Yeah.
have to kind of rein in, read a lot about it, talk to people who are professionals who know something about it, get as much information, and then be prepared to be your own nutritionist, cook, doctor,
Right. Right.
gastroenterologist. You have to absorb all of this material and then be
Right.
disciplined.
That's
And that's
why
when
That's why our event is the team approach to living well with Parkinson's. And we have so many fantastic professionals there on May 16th. I want to introduce Jennifer Reid from Ebb and Flow Therapy. She is a physical therapist. She's in Rockland County. She's local, although she does virtual events also. At the event, Alex will have a table that he could talk to you and consult with you on nutrition. He will also be explaining about our exercise program, and Jennifer will have a table with her partner, Jerry Yu, where they will be doing physical therapy assessments, the both of them. So while you're walking around from 3:30 to 4:45, these are all professionals that you'll be able to talk to and have your own personal consult with people while you're there. So welcome, Jennifer. Tell us a little bit about what you're going to be doing at the event.
Sure. Hi, Susan. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can
All
hear
right,
you.
perfect. Yeah, so thank you so much. Yes, my partner and I are going to be at Tulip Fest next Monday. As you can see, I have my tulips behind me. It was very appropriate when I set my computer up this morning. I'm ready. Jerry
great.
and I are going to be performing mini assessments at Tulip Fest, where we will be assessing balance, strength, and walking quality. And what will happen is you'll leave with a sheet of paper that just gives you a little bit of information about what our findings showed. And this is designed to help the participants determine not only their activity baseline, but also to determine which exercise classes at Parkinson's Wellness Project will be most beneficial to help them maximize their safety, prevent falls, maximize their strength, getting in and out of a chair, getting in and out of bed. So it's going to be a really nice bridge between Tulip Fest and then following up with, increasing activity levels. And the really nice part is going to be, this is sort of we're doing this is like a snippet. So we're planning it'll be like 10 or 15 minutes, but come the summer, Parkinson's Wellness Project and myself through Ebb and Flow Physical Therapy, we will be performing these assessments to the people who are part of Parkinson's Wellness Project, and we're shooting to do it twice a year. I think that's what we're sort of shooting for initially.
Right.
And this is great because it's not only going to help quantify, how has exercise helped you improve your balance, your strength, etc., but also it's very motivating. It's going to be something that you can kind of look at and see, this is where I started and this is where I am now. So
And
Jerry
it's setting goals. It's setting
Exactly.
goals for everybody, which I think is important. It helps with discipline because
Yes.
the discipline is key to success.
Absolutely. It's going to help keep you accountable, I think. And as Susan and I have talked a lot about, proactivity is a little bit more important than reactivity. So you're getting active and, working on your optimizing your diet, which Alex will be able to talk to, in addition to all the other pieces that kind of come as part of that big Parkinson's puzzle to manage. I think this is going to be a really great event. And Jerry and I are super excited and really looking forward to seeing all the members of the community next Monday. So
That's great. That is fantastic. So we not only do we have Alex Tresser and Jennifer Reid and Jerry Yu and Shawn Riley, but we also have Dr. Shahed, who's the medical director of Mount Sinai. We have Dr. Roger Rossi, who does lifestyle medicine and rehab at Hackensack Meridian, and Dr. Sarver from Weill Cornell. Not only that, we're going to have great food at the event also. So, and there's one other special guest is Pandora the pony will be there, walking around, and you can take a photo pet Pandora the pony. She's a very special, cute little therapy pony. So we also, Dr. Phil Schneider will be there. He will be doing some voice therapy consultations. And we want to thank our sponsors because we would not be doing this without them. I want to thank Supernus. Allison Miller from Supernus will be the MC at the event. She's fantastic, and she helps advocacy groups all over the United States, and she'll be flying in from California to be there with us. I want to thank Abbott and AbbVie, Amneal, Kaiwa Kirin, Synovian, and Medtronic, because all of you are so supportive of us, and we could not be doing this without you. I'd like to just see if there are any questions that Alex or Jennifer that you get often from people. We have a little more time that we can discuss, or if we have any callers. I don't know, I see Karen that you're there, or Meredith, or Jim. If anybody has any questions that they'd like to ask us, we have a few more minutes. Hello?
Well, one question I get asked a lot when I work with people, how do I know which medication can give me really severe side effects?
Right.
And it's a very broad question, but it's exactly what it sounds like, because people are just, very few will read through the fine print, mostly can't see it. it's so fine and so little. It's like you're buying a car, you know, nobody
Yeah.
knows what's going on.
Yeah. Well, at
Uh,
the event, we'll have 7 of our sponsors there with a lot of information on these medications, and they can tell you the pros and the cons also. So that's a good place to research that
right,
also.
right.
We have one caller. I'd like to take their question. Hi there. How are you? Yes. Great. Alex, do you want to answer that, or could I? Do you?
I
Can you
couldn't hear
repeat
it.
the question? We couldn't hear it.
Oh, okay. Oh, you didn't hear the caller. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so that was Harvey. He just called in. He stepped out for a minute. He wants to know what foods should you not eat that affect Parkinson's in a negative way.
Wow, who wants to go?
Harvey. Harvey
It,
was calling in.
right. Well, it's so personal. That's why I always say you have to kind of do the experimentation on your own. There's certain things you know by nature you should eat and stay away from. But just to give it a little bit more clarity, any complex carbohydrates can drive you crazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They interact with medications, they slow down your immune system, and you have to be extremely careful that you don't load up on cheap pasta
Mm-hmm.
and cereals that you can't pronounce, or they
Right.
come in a box like a, you know,
Right.
like a,
Right. Anything processed, you should really stay away from.
yeah, yeah, try
And
to be as natural as possible.
right, and also Dr. Lori Mishley, who's a integrative functional medicine doctor out of Seattle, Washington. She's done a lot of research on this. She's an epidemiologist, and one thing that she says that's very, although I think Alex would do with this, is that you should stay away from dairy.
Join the meeting.
Keep dairy at a limit.
Yeah, yeah, especially if it's simple things like they're
Yeah.
fine with
Oops.
me. Especially, Ooh,
Sorry about that.
that's all right.
Little radio interference. Wait, I don't hear Alex. He's muted. Alex is muted. Alex, you're muted.
I did.
Okay, now, no, you're still muted. Alex, you're muted.
That's on his end.
Oh, I don't hear him.
Hello.
Fine.
Yeah, now I hear you. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
so something as simple as milk, which is if you look at the commercials, it's like a godsend. We should drink milk all day long. Well, if you have Parkinson's, you probably shouldn't.
Right,
And if you want
exactly.
to compensate for it, get a cow, catch it, milk it, drink it. If you can
Yeah.
do all that, it's probably okay.
Yeah, right.
But
We're going to have at the table with Alex. The Michael J. Fox Foundation has a big glossary of nutrition. We'll have that booklet there. We have some recipes that we'll have. Alex, you're bringing some information with you also. So it is very, very important to become aware of all these things to help you with your Parkinson's and to live the best that you can. Karen, do you have a question? We have time for one
Yeah.
more question.
Well, I have young children, so I know Alex can relate to this with having a young child. How do you eat or find time to eat when you eat slowly? And then also, I'm trying to eat more vegetables and things, and then get enough protein, and then the protein interferes with the medication. And the timing intervals for the meds are every 4 hours. So if you're trying to squeeze in feeding the children, they don't necessarily want to eat what I'm eating. And then I'm losing weight because I'm not having enough time to eat myself. How do you get enough nutrition and protein in when it's kind of my enemy, and then I'm down to like below 90 pounds and I blinked and where did all my muscles go, but
Alex,
Oh my
I know it's a
God.
big
I don't think we
question.
have time for an
I know
answer.
it's a big
Right, I think
problem.
this is, right, you know what,
Tough,
Karen, you're gonna
yeah.
come on Monday, the 16th,
I
and you'll
will.
talk
I'll
to
be-
Alex, and then
yeah.
you'll get together, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, okay. You can't,
It's a big
this
one.
event is for really for people with Parkinson's, their
Yes.
families, their adult children. It's,
Yeah.
we have,
Against it.
it's, Karen, you can bring your kids for sure,
Yeah,
but,
they're older, but
yeah, they're older, but it's not for little kids.
no.
And so what the day is, it's 3:30 to 4:45 is the Wellness Expo, walking around and talking to everybody. At 5 o'clock to 6 is our roundtable discussion. So I want to thank everybody today. This was a wonderful event, and I am psyched to see everybody on the 16th. Rain or shine, because we will have a tent if it rains. It will be undercover. So rain or shine, we will be there. And I want to thank Abbott, Abvi, Amnil, Kaiwo Kiran, Medtronic, and Synovian once again. Alex Tresser, you're amazing. Jennifer Reid, thank you so much for being. Can't wait to see you. I've missed you.
I
And
know, can't wait.
yeah, and thank you, everybody. Let's hit it with that music.
Bye.
Alex will probably be doing a little exercise in the middle of the round table, right? Right, Alex?
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
get everybody moving for 5 minutes before.
You ordered the poll, right?
Very funny, very funny. What are you wearing? What are
Not
you
much.
wearing?
It all goes to save lives.
Yes. Aw.
See you
All
there.
right. All right. We'll see you there. And bring your
Okay.
friends and family. People need to know about Parkinson's because everybody knows somebody with PD, unfortunately, and it is spreading too fast. So we need to build that awareness and help each other get better and live well with Parkinson's. Thank you,
Great job.
everybody. All the best.
Bye.